I just turned on the camera while I'm about to drive, and I was at the stoplight, and my camera's like, oh, not supported when I clicked the record button. I was like, oh crap, I forgot the cards at home. And I was like, wait, I brought my laptop with me. The card's still plugged into it. So that's the beginning of my day. I'm driving to work because, well, you know, you gotta make a buck. I just called my mother, and so, like I said, no news is good news because there's no news on my grandparents. So I'm happy about that because that means that nothing's gone wrong since I saw them. And I was perusing the website and the let me turn that off so I don't get the video tagged. I got a request to talk more about being an EMT. Let's see. Being an EMT is fun, depending on where you want to do. You have to be on the road, unless you get a fire department job, you have to want to be on the road because, in all honesty, any EMT or paramedic can make more money working at a hospital because at most companies, they don't give you like a night shift or weekend differential. We've been fighting for it on the contracts for the last couple of years. And every year, in order for the contract negotiations to go through, they drop the night shift differential. I mean, they keep saying, oh, they want it, oh, we want it. It's a bargaining chip, and the company knows that we'll drop it if we agree to certain other things. So that's understandable. But as an EMT, especially at this company, you used to not do a lot except for driving and doing vital signs, but our new medical director has been working on protocols so that way an EMT can actually do what an EMT's been trained to do. It used to be you couldn't give nitro, and that was one of the things that you were trained to do in EMT school, to be an EMT. And I've actually been an EMT for 10 years. Shows how old I am. Almost 10 years. 10 years next year I'll have been an EMT. I worked at a company in Hillsborough called Americare for about a year and a half, and then I got a job at my current company, whose name I think I've said before, or whose logo I've left in the vlogs by accident. But I work in Pinellas County, so you can figure that one out. Most EMTs don't grow up wanting to just be an EMT. I love being an EMT because I get to do all the fun stuff with less of the risk of ever having to go to court that a paramedic takes. Because since the paramedic's name is on the reports and all that happy stuff, they can always be called into court at any time for any call. People are always suing companies because we live in a society of sue crazy people. I don't exactly always have to worry about that. My name is on the reports, but it's if I ever have to go to court, it's like, did you do these vital signs? Did you drive them to the hospital? Yes. Do you remember this patient? Kind of. Give me a gist of what the patient was here for, and I could probably remember why they called. In different companies, it's different things. We are a very high volume company. We do every March we set a record because March is like the busy season, and we end up doing. I think last March we did 14,000 transports. That's not just the calls, because they don't count the calls that we get canceled off of. All the people that get taken by the police or the people that go by their own car. But I mean, I think last year the entire year we did 120,000 transports. I could be wrong on that, but it's in the 100,000s every year we do transports. And we have 12-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts. We call those the princess shifts. Our company also does out of counties. If you call, like, and give us enough time, we can do out of state transports. But those are rare. I mean, in the 7-8 years I've been here, we've done, I think 5 out of state transports that I know of. And you're going to be doing a lot of traveling if you're an EMT or a paramedic on the road. But then there's the paramedics that get the job and they want to go to the fire department. Or there's the EMTs and paramedics that go to the hospitals. And the hospitals have night shift differentials. I'm not saying one is better than the other, because a lot of our employees here are part-time here and full-time at the fire department, or part-time here and full-time at hospitals, because a lot of people just love being on the road. On a given night, I can see 12, 13 people. I can transport 12 or 13 of them, but doing 13 is really hard, because you spend like an hour with every patient at the most, at the least, some days. You're gonna, as a EMT basic, because they don't do EMT intermediate in Florida, and they're kind of phasing intermediate out. You'll do vital signs. You can give glucose. You can set up meds to be ready for the paramedic. I always have to be in uniform. That's the one thing I don't like. I'm burdened by the fact that I have to wear a uniform every day. The fire departments are fun because they can wear polos, they can wear shorts. You just can't wear flip-flops. And as a rookie, you can't wear that stuff. You always have to be in full bunker gear. My brother Sean works over in Pasco County for the fire department there, and my brother Justin's trying to get on with a private company right now because he just got his EMT and he wants to get some experience before he goes on. He wants to become a respiratory therapist or nurse practitioner. I forgot. He told me what he wanted to do, and I'm drawing a blank on it. My biggest recommendation is live close to work, because this hour-long drive every day just kills me. But our company has a couple satellite hubs in the county, and one of them's in the south and one of them's in the north. And the north one is like 30 minutes from my house, so if I could keep the shift I have right now and go to North Hub, I would. Also, there's a lot of differences between working days and working nights. Nights we actually have a little less ambulance coverage because they believe that the call volume is lower, which I can understand that. But with less trucks on the road, you actually have it as busy as during the day. I don't know what else to say. I do vital signs. I give sugar. I've been around enough. I've absorbed enough experience and knowledge to know that I could do most things that a paramedic can do, but I don't have the license to do it. And I've thought about it the last couple of years about going back to school and spending a year in school, or a part-time year, 2 years in school to get my paramedic license. But then I thought about it, like, if I do that, I could just go and get nurse practitioner or something along those lines and get off the road and go work in a hospital, making more money, which is always the goal. Like, everybody wants money, but I love being on a truck. I love having a little more control than what you get in a hospital. In a hospital, if a paramedic wants to start a line or give a drug or anything like that, you have to get orders from a doctor. In an ambulance, you already have preset orders that you have to follow, and if you want to deviate from those protocols, all you have to do is get on the radio and be like, hey, I want to do this, and the doctor will be like, some of our doc in the boxes will be like, well, why do you want to do that? And you just give a quick explanation, and 98% of the time they're like, all right, go do it, I trust you. And if they're friends with the paramedic and they know their skill set, they won't even ask, why do you want to do that? they'll understand that the paramedic, what the paramedic wants to do and why they want to do it. If you're looking to start the EMS field, EMT is a good starting point because you'll get a lot of experience under your belt, and you'll get to see a lot of interesting things, especially if you're a black cloud. I don't like working with black clouds. Every time I work with a black cloud, I get dead people. Or semi-dead people. Or, yeah. Or, if I have a white cloud and that cloud leaves for the day, then no matter what, I have a black cloud hanging over my head. What? James? Hi, James. So, continuing with the theme, this is what we use every day. This is the Philips monitor, kind of blurry. So, shut the fuck up. Some guy asked me to talk about being an EMT, so.
I drive ambulance.
Jim used to be an EMT. Now he's transitioned to get that paramedic patch.
Not worth it. Don't do it.
That's true.
If you're thinking about getting a job in EMS,
Don't.
Realize there's better things to do with your life.
Unless you like being on the road.
And doing tons of paperwork.
You can't do paperwork no matter where you work.
Your mom does paperwork.
My mom does. She's a office manager.
She's a man.
She's an office manager.
There's a lot of paperwork associated with being a man. And a mom.
And a mom. Yeah, she's an office manager for a doctor's office. With the Bay Care system.
I didn't have much paperwork when I was a sales associate.
Yeah. So this is the Philips monitor. And this is basically what you're going to be using every day of your life. Or something like that. And that's where the medic sits and does bullshit. He also sits up there and just bitches about doing bullshit.
Yep, that's pretty much what it takes to be a medic.
Yep. Stabbing people with needles and bitching. But yeah. So you're going to be using this. And it's interesting. You got pulse ox. Over here you have the... you're going to have all your cardiac pads and your shavings. Oop, I got to blur that out. Do not put us available, I will kill you, James. The last time you put us available from here, we got a call immediately.
Taking a nap.
Okay. So you're going to be putting blood pressure cuffs and EKG leads on people. And once that's all done, you can get the hell out of the back of the truck and drive. There's also some BLS companies out there where they still do EMT and a first responder. But we don't have any of those in our general area down here anymore. Oh, I gotta shut that off. A couple years ago, I got stranded in Alligator Alley with a patient, and my medic had to jump on a BLS truck with all of our ALS equipment and continue the ride down to Miami with the patient, while I waited for a tow truck to come and change the tire on our truck because there was no way to change it.
I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know if I'd abandon my partner like that.
She just abandoned me, man. She took our patient, the patient's husband, and all of our equipment and left me on the side of the road in Alligator Alley.
I don't think I could just be like, hey, stay here in this dark alley alone.
Not an alley, Alligator Alley.
Did I say alley?
Yes, you did.
Road.
You said a dark
road.
alley. We were stranded on the side of the road for 3 hours before the BLS company came to take her.
Wow.
And then the tow truck showed up 20 minutes later. If she'd waited 20 minutes, we could have just continued the trip.
Okay. Neuro weakness, general fatigue.
I still had to drive down there and pick her up and all the equipment. She lives in Colorado Springs now. I miss Cece. James is a poor substitute.
Wow.
He doesn't have boobs.
Wow. I'm working on it.
He is. He's gained like 80 pounds.
Why? That number gets higher every time you talk.
Who is this we're talking to? Hello,
YouTube.
camera. This is YouTube?
YouTube.
This is all of the internet you're talking to.
I have a little vlog.
And by all of the internet, it's like
Laura's
3
gonna start stalking you because I've told her that I've started vlogging again.
people.
Hi, Lexi. Look at you, you're so cute. There we go. Hey, Lexi. Hi, Mia. Oh, oh, and Lexi takes her perch. She's got a bone in her mouth. Oh. Oh, you make me happy. You make me happy. Yes, you do. Look at her. Why aren't you paying me? Huh? You. I hear you. I hear you. Don't worry. I'm petting you now. Yes. Mia got groomed the other day. She looks very pretty. So, yeah. I know it's not a good vlog, but I mean it's kind of a vlog. Me and my shadow. There she is. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Yeah. Oh. She just has such a cute face when you're giving her scratches. So she was having I guess an anxiety issue for a while, and she was just chewing up her butt and pulling the hair out. But that's all been solved. Oh. Look at you two, so cute. That's gonna be the end of the vlog. I'm gonna go to bed because I need to get up and go to work. And then tomorrow, Thursday, I have a dentist appointment. Yay! They're doing deep cleanings of my back molars, and I'm just not happy about that. They said to me, "Oh, we pull the gums back and we clean and scrape and scale down on the roots." And I was like, "That sounds horrible. Sign me up." Because dentists, they're all about pain. But I'll see you guys tomorrow because, hey, I'm doing the vlog again. Bye.